All right, let me begin with the official cheers and say welcome to each and every one of you. Doug here with the LincolnList.com, and this is another weekly edition of Happy Hour with the Lincoln. This is where I'll do my best to answer all of your stock market related questions, tell tales and rant about stock market topics, and share my 2 decades of trading experience with you guys, just so you can make a little bit more money and do the things that you love to do. As always, if you need help with your personal trading, you want to learn how to trade, every day I live stream here from my new office. Right here's the link. Each and every day the market is open. Feel free to trade with me live on screen every day. Everything's done in real time. Love to see each and every one of you there. And of course, if you have any suggestions for Happy Hour, any kind of topics that you think I should be going over, send me an email over here to support@thelincolnlist.com. I'll do my best to get those into the upcoming sessions. Now, one of the things I want to talk about today is a question that I've got a bulk of these over the last couple of months, a series of these. So I'm just kind of going to blanketly cover this topic here because I think it's important to a lot of people, especially with what we're seeing right now, because with this current virus lockdown that we have, there's a lot of people out there right now who have a bunch of free time. And what better way to spend your free time than to learn a skill that will be with you for the rest of your life. And there's probably no better skill than the ability to make money on demand whenever you need to, wherever you need to, how you need to, calling your own shots and learning about finance. And I'm seeing a lot of people coming into trading right now for that reason. And that's a great thing. I applaud each and every one of you for that. So I know a lot of people are laid off or they're currently in limbo, and this is a great time to learn about finance. Now, one of the questions or topics that seem to keep coming up is when people learn that I've been trading now for 2 decades, one of the things is ask if I could go back in time and I could talk to my younger self in the late 90s, what's the one piece of advice that I would give? What's the one character trait that someone needs to be successful? What's this one specific thing that's the core foundation for every successful trader? Well, the thing is, I'm going to put this drink down here. Hopefully I don't kick it later. The thing is, that's a very difficult question to answer because trading itself can be complicated, as with any business. And trying to define it one little specific talent that you need to have or one character trait that you need to have, that's a difficult thing to do. But I thought about this a little bit more and more. And there is something, if I had to say one thing that I could help you with trading, that I understood about trading more than ever, that's something if I went back and I talked to my 30-year-old self when I first got started, what would I tell that guy? What would be the one thing if I just had one thing to say to him? And that one thing would be patience. Patience. That's how I would define, not just trading. Any business, I would say patience. Now, I'm not just talking about patience with being in a trade. That's different. You need that too. But I'm talking about being patient with yourself. Being patient with your expectation. The realization of what it is you are doing. And what this journey in trading or any business that you get in, what that journey means to you. And savoring that and being patient with your development. Now, I'll tell you why this is very important, or why I feel this is the number one thing, at least for me. Again, there's a lot of other things people could debate about, but I'm just going to tell you, patience would be that. Because there's no doubt over the last decade or so, we've become an extremely self-gratification, instant gratification type of society. No question. We want everything, and we wanted it yesterday. And a lot of that has to do with technology, the way that our world has developed. We're used to getting what we want when we want, or at least we're under the impression that we can get what we want whenever we want, legally or illegally, right? So pretty much everything you want, you can have it now. You want to buy something, you can probably buy it today. If not, Amazon will have it to you tomorrow. So there's no more waiting. There's no more nostalgia. There's no more appreciation for the little things and the small things in life. And if you hear me out here, I'll tell you where I'm going with that. A good example of this is like when I was a kid. And this was like the late 70s, early 80s and stuff like that. Back then, you didn't have just small things that you've gotten used to, like digital photography. Like now you can take a picture, you can look at the picture, you can filter the picture, you can manipulate the picture, and you can post it on some social media outlet to brag about your life or to portray a certain life that you want the world to see of you. But back then, you didn't do that. So you would go on a vacation and you would just fire off hundreds upon hundreds of pictures. And you're just taking pictures of everything because you don't even know what you're taking pictures of. You can't really even see what you're taking pictures of. So you're just kind of doing that. And then when you get back from vacation, you used to drop them off at places like Rite Aid or CVS Pharmacy, right? And it would take a week. Some of you might remember this, take a week to develop these pictures. So in between that time, you remembered the time that you shared on vacation with someone. You weren't out there just taking selfies and pumping yourself on a social media. You were spending time with someone you cared about, having a good time, enjoying the surroundings, taking pictures, and you didn't even know what you were just taking pictures and you forgot what you took pictures of. Then what we would do as a family, my parents and I, my brother, we would go on these vacations, take these pictures, drop them off at the pharmacy. A week later, you go back and pick up your picture. Now, whoever picked up the pictures, you never opened them. Like you picked up, here's a whole vacation photos, could be stacked this high, those film. You wouldn't even open them because that spoils the surprise. What we would all do is sit around the kitchen table once we got the pictures, and we'd all start looking through the pictures again. So we created this special moment that not only did we share the time on vacation, but we shared the time with each other. We sat around the kitchen table, having pizza, and looking at these films. And the funny thing is that 99% of the pictures you took were like shit. You took a picture like somebody's ear or somebody's eyeball. I mean, they were just terrible pictures. But it created this nostalgia. And it created this respect, like this hidden respect that you had for life itself. How precious it was, how important the little things were, and how important the journey is overall. That's what was special, or at least to me, that's what was special. Now, how this relates to business now is we kind of lose touch with how things really work in life. We've kind of put ourselves into this bubble, and social media is a lot to blame with that. We all know, and we're all aware that people only talk about good things on social media. They only send good pictures out of themselves on social media that are filtered, so to speak, and they want a certain perception. So everything is coming across that the world is a good place on social media and that nobody is struggling, that everybody is happy and the world is just fantastic. And we all know that's not the case, but I want to get back and talk about this respect for the journey. So when you're coming into a business or trading in particular, that's what you're seeing on social media is the story. Isn't that what is sold? Isn't that what is told to people? That is packaged to you when you join a room or buy a certain product is here is somebody who completely transformed their sorry ass life in a short period of time, right? In just a matter of a month or so, or just a few months. And that's all you ever hear. So you get this feeling that you can come into any business, or you can start a business, or you can come into trading and you can start competing against well-seasoned professionals, algorithms, and all kinds of other elements, and you're going to be successful not knowing anything, with virtually no experience after reading some books and watching a couple of DVDs. Now, I know a lot of people understand that, but my focus for today is the expectation. We're being unrealistic with ourselves. We're not being fair to ourselves. Now, there's a lot of people that reach out to me as well, and they ask questions like, hey, I've been doing this for 6 months, and I still suck. Do I stand a chance? I've been doing this for 1 year. I still suck. 2 years. I still suck. Now, I think I said it in a happy hour before. It wasn't too long ago, but if you're still doing it for 2 years and you're struggling, that's normal. That is the reality. That's not what's being sold to you and told to you and packaged to you. That's coming from here. As a person who has trained traders, worked with traders, traded it himself for 2 decades, I can tell you what the norm is. Now, certainly there's going to be people that come by and shorten that curve, do a better job and get better. But until you really feel like you've gotten somewhere, it's going to be the 2 to 3 year mark where you really start to develop yourself as a trader and start really, really maximizing your potential. Now, to me, this is dangerous because if you have unrealistic expectations, it's just like setting unrealistic goals for yourself, meaning that you're going to be depressed and you're going to feel bad about yourself, because I understand what it's like to sit there and be losing on trades, to be struggling to make it as a trader. And then you're looking on social media and all you're seeing is people bragging about bank accounts that are probably photoshopped about how well they're doing. It makes you feel stupid, right? Nobody wants to feel dumb. Nobody wants to feel inadequate. And that's one of the things about trading and business as you're working. You feel that you're entitled to success. You have to have success. If you work hard enough, you're going to get success. And that's not only the case, that's not always the case, but if you're working at it for a while, you feel like maybe it's not for you. Maybe I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I don't have what it takes. And that's where I've been going with this thing the whole time. This instant gratification has taken our expectations and ruined them. It's ruined the nostalgia for us. It's ruined the expectations for us. It's put us inside of this bubble, and what we're really asking out of ourselves is unrealistic. It can't happen. Nobody can do it. So like when you talk about trading, people think they can come in and trading and you're going to win every single day of the week, like some people say. No, you're not. You are not going to win every day of the week. You are going to have losers. You are going to have tough days. And I don't care if it's trading. I'm not knocking trading. I'm knocking the world. That's everywhere. You tell me one thing that was special, that meant something to you, something that you achieved of value, that you really respect yourself for, and tell me if it was easy. No, it's not. So I'm kind of like reaching out to you guys saying, look, don't be so hard on yourself. Don't put expectations out there. To me, trading has always been one day at a time. Now, when I kind of go back and I look at, I was that way when I was younger. I was like, it has to happen now. If I don't make it as a trader in 2002 or 2003, I'll never come back again. Well, here I am in 2020. I'm still doing it. And I never, ever thought I'd be trading stocks in 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I never thought I'd still be doing this at 2020. But I am, I am. And I suffered a lot early on. And I put unrealistic expectations on myself early on. And that led to me being unrealistic. It led to me making more mistakes. And I know there's going to be special prodigies and great people out there that cut this learning curve short. You know what? That's good for them. Great. But that's not normal. That's not what is to be expected. And I always try to tell everybody that comes in my room and the people that I want to teach how to trade and share this trade with, this trade vision with, is this is a journey. Just like those pictures I took. It's a journey. It's a nostalgic journey. It's appreciative because I've been here the whole time. I struggled so hard in the beginning. And there's a lot of people I met along the way that started out better than me and did better than me. But they're gone. They couldn't make it the long haul. So even though it took me 3 years to really become a successful trader, it's parlayed into 17 years of profitability, right? It's created this whole entire life and lifestyle for me. And it sucked back then, but I gave up 3 years of my life. I gave up 3 years of my sanity to enjoy 17 years of this journey. And because of that, just like those pictures, it's special. It means something to me. The fact that I'm still here in 2020, that I'm going on my 22nd year as a trader, and everything I've done, it's not just been about money. It's been about that journey. It's been an emotional ride for me at times, but I look at myself and I feel validated for where I come from, how I got here, and I respect it because still today, I've never forgot where I come from. I never forgot 2001, 2002, 2003, grenading accounts, crying my eyes out at night over trades. Hey, a lot of gurus, I'm not a guru. A lot of people won't admit that to you, but that's the reality. So in closing today, guys, that's what I want you to remember. It's all about patience. Not patience in trades, you need that too. It's being patient with yourself, your expectations. your goals. I mean, you're somebody right now that's 35 and under, you got a ton of time. Man, you got so much time on your hands you don't even know. You might think you're getting old. You ain't getting old. You are not getting old. There's a long road ahead, man. And you just don't know where life is going to take you. So if you're going to do this trading thing or you're struggling, best thing to do is be patient. Be patient with yourself. Make a plan and stick to it. And just tell yourself, it's going to take some time and I'm ready for it. You know? Is that all you got? I'll take your best shot, right? I'm ready for it. And if you do that, you'll have the right mindset. And the right mindset will parlay you into making better decisions, understanding your capabilities, what you actually came into this career for, and what your goals are and what this really means to you. And when you've done that, you've reached this area of fulfillment. So anyway, guys, I hope this made some sense to you. Sometimes I do rant, but that's what happy hour's for. It's to share the other side of trading that people just don't want to talk about. That we're all in this thing together. We're all just trying to do our part and just try to be a little bit better today than we were yesterday. And that's it, right? You can't expect more than that. So as always, if you need help, feel free to reach out to me, support@thelincolnlist.com. Trade with me every day the market is open. The link is up there on the screen. Until the next time, cheers.